What up, guys? What's up? What is going on? What's up? What's up? Good morning. Jamming the background music. I see you, man. Well, let some more people get in here. I'm gonna get a drink real quick. I'll be back in about 30 seconds. All right. Good morning. Let's go Mavis. Mavis headed towards that golden zone, just like I called out, guys. All right. Nothing new here. Headed towards the golden zone. Broke this golden zone. This was the mini golden zone. All right. This was the golden zone from here. I told you guys, as soon as you break a reversal zone, there's power behind it. All right. Mavis broke out, kind of retested here, and headed towards the big golden zone, which is from this move, from this pivot down here. So this is the next golden zone. This is next up for us. All right. 1431 on the ticker. We likely could maybe possibly find resistance here. This is a reversal zone. All right. But price above the 50. All right. We're at a pivot right now. We look to the left. We're at a pivot point. See these lines? This green line is a pivot. I think this is the S1. All right, and we're just trying to basically get through that golden zone. We actually are doing a great job. Guys, I want to show you guys this, all right? How many of you have been studying Forex? Anybody? I've had a few people message me and said they don't want to follow the channel anymore because I'm going towards Forex. That's fine. Hey, if you don't like Forex, I'm sorry. That's the direction I'm going. I'm getting back into it. We're going to be doing stocks and Forex. So if that's a problem for you, I'm really sorry. But if you don't want to broaden your horizons, and learn everything you can about every type of trading there is. I mean, at the end of my life, I hope I'm able to do every kind of trading and not just stuck in one area, Anyways, check this out. This Forex trade, GBP USD. Look at this. Look at this retest. We took it at about 3 a.m. Got 50 pips out of this. You guys see this? Thumbs up in the chat if you see this right here. This retest right there. Can't make this up. Retest right into the zone. Right, literally into the zone. And then the breakout. This is the last kiss, guys, right here. All right. Right into that zone. Look at that zone hit. Look at that zone break. We had the breakout here. We missed this breakout. You guys remember, I missed the breakout. All right, price went up, came back down for that last kiss, wicked out at the zone, and then took back off. All right. If you took the breakout and the retest here, you make a crap ton of pips. You made like 100 pips. All right, that's insane. So we made some money here, guys. This is not done moving either. The next pivot's not till what? Above structure up here. So you guys see this? That was a nice retest right there. I will never forget about Mavis. Ever, ever, ever. That's my baby. I just want you guys to see the power in this retest, right? 80% plus, maybe even 90% plus probability on these trades. All right, breakout. Price took a while, but it came back down. Retest here. We got in at the wick and took it up. Closed our trade about 30 pips. All right. Sean Kraft, what's up? Alex Alvarez, good morning. Chris Johnson, What's there? Jaskara, Guido. What's up? Steroid. Rashid. What's up, guys? H4L, what's up? Was on the phone for a minute trying to get going here. All right, anyways, microvision. Oh man, it looks good. Guys, the next pivot point's right here. All right, I'll show this to you. The next pivot point is right here at this green line. I believe it's the S1. And that is right at the bottom of this golden zone. So we likely could possibly find some resistance up here around 1450, all right? 1455, 1460, something like that. It could happen, and we might bounce back down. I would like to see us get some momentum through that, but it's looking like we already have a little bit of resistance starting here. You guys see the sell pressure here right off this pivot area, all right? And that's okay. That's all right. We've had a nice run today. Let me see. What did we open at? What did Microvision open at? Mavis, open. We opened at 1391. So we're green for the day. Checking my phone here. Up 3.24% for the day. That is what's up. 3.24% for the day, Microvision, and our volume is a little over a million, about 1.01 million, so literally right at a million in volume. Not much volume, guys. We've seen this move off no volume. This whole entire move has had almost no volume, so we know that's irrelevant at this point. We get moves off no volume, and we get stale days off 15 million in volume. So, you know, I don't know. All I know right now is that we're at this pivot point here. These are the pivot points, bottom of the golden zone, and we're gonna see what price does. We can't predict it, right? We know we'll be ready. You guys are taking the day trades or whatever with Microvision. Wait for the reversal or wait for the break through the golden zone. It's that simple. LKCO, what's up, Rick Dotson? Yeah, LKCO up 2.4% for the day, I think. Not too bad, not too bad. It'll have its day, my friend. We already know that. That's just going to take some news. CTXR, LKCO, those are stocks I'm holding bags on, but those just need a catalyst. And CTXR is coming up in December. LKCO, probably early next year, I'm not going to lie. We might have to wait till Q1, Q2 next year, but I don't care about that, right? I don't have an insanely big investment there, so it is fairly large, but it's nothing I'm really that worried about. One day it will pop. Oh my God. Earnings should be this week. Yeah, I was reading about that. They're probably going to be good. I hope. I'm hoping, you know. That was a nasty trade here, guys. This was sick. Perfect. These are my zones I had drawn out for this, guys. It was just literally perfect. I mean, the breakout was just clean, had momentum, didn't even retest quick. This thing just went. On the 15-minute, right off the pivot. You see this? Right off the pivot. Thought the retest was coming after this, but it didn't. It came down to the 50, went back up, broke the 50, then rebroke the 50, came up to this pivot, and then we had the retest right here. That's where we got in the trade, and we closed out right at this pivot right here. All right, that was cookie cutter as it gets. I mean, it doesn't get any more cookie cutter than that. You just have to have patience. All right, where's Peter? You just have to have patience, man. We had to wait for this. We had to wait about a day for this. We got the retest right there, and right above this golden zone is just absolutely perfect. That was a good trade. That was a great trade, actually. That was just perfect, spot on. All right, guys, I only have about an hour today, all right? But we're gonna hang out for about an hour in stream. If you guys have any stocks you want to talk about, let's talk about them. Let's go to AMC real quick. 37.95 on AMC, bouncing off that pivot up here. All right, we're gonna start using these pivot points. Guys, pivots are just areas of structure, okay? I personally don't use pivot points because I can just see the structure already. Like, I can just see it with my own eyes. I don't need the pivot point indicator, right? We know that structure. We know that structure. We know that structure. Structure, right? These are just like peaks and lows, right? So it's not that hard to see for me, but I'll put them on the screen for you guys. All right, so pivot right here, which is just another level of structure, support and resistance, whatever. And I did break the trend line though. We got a nice break, and if you were day trading this side, this is what I would have did. I would have taken the retest on the trend line right here. If I was day trading AMC, I would have probably got in likely about right here. So I would have went in a little bit of drawdown, but I would have made it back fairly quick. So we have broken that trend line here. What time frame is this? 30-minute time frame. All right, so we broke a trend line that we have not broken in what? Since the beginning of that move. So maybe there's a swing to the upside coming, possibly. You know, you break a big trend line like this, it takes some power. We have 4 touch points off this trend line for AMC. I will call it 3. That's a verified downtrend. All right, but we broke through here, so maybe that downtrend is over. All right, that's kind of what that's signifying. Price is above the 50 SMA, and let's check RSI. RSI overbought. All right, but that doesn't mean much on the 30-minute. Right, 4 hour, the higher time frames are not overbought yet, so that gives us some room to run. And the daily is not even barely over 50. It's 53 on the RSI. So there's some room to run, guys. If on the daily time frame it ever gets above that 50 SMA again, that's when you're going to see that run up to the next levels of structure. All right, and it's not that far away, right? The 50 SMA is hanging out around $43.06. If we ever get above that, likely going to see a run, probably guaranteed. Probably guaranteed. Good morning, Lori. How you doing? V4 Shorty, what's up? Appreciate y'all being here. If you can hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, get notified when I go live. No matter what happens, we're doing what we do. I will not stop streaming, so we're going to be here. The team thinned out. It's for the better, trust. Trust is for the best. It's going to be hard for me to integrate this Forex thing because, like I said, my trading, I really only trade London, right? So it really starts around like midnight to like 9 a.m. roughly, really 6 a.m. But sometimes it goes, the action still goes till about 9, 10 in the morning. So I'm gonna have to start getting up earlier, I think, maybe around like 5, streaming Forex till about 8, and then hitting the stock market. That's kind of the goal here. All right. But this was a nasty trade. I really, guys, you could have made a ridiculous amount of money on this. If you took that breakout here on GU, God, you kill it. How many pips you get here? Breakout takes you to the pivot, gives you 33 pips. Retest here, take the retest right now as it stands, you get 53 pips. So you get around almost 90 pips off these 2 moves, breakout and retest. It's crazy. And you would have known to get out of the breakout here. Why? Why would you have known that? Pretty easy. Look, price came up, and all I did was just consolidate right at that pivot point. All right, I'm out. At that point, I'm done. It's slowing down. It's showing signs of weakness. It's starting to consolidate right at this pivot point. I'm just out. You know, that's when I would have got out of the trade, and we would have inevitably made a little bit more here, but that's all right. Then we would have got back in the trade right at this retest of the zone, and that's where you get 53 more pips coming up to this side. This was like a $2,000 trade, depending on your lot size, I guess. Still very good. It's a good trade. What's up, Lockup? Good morning, guys. So yeah, keep looking at Forex. If you're interested in it, I highly suggest it. There's a lot of money to be made. A lot of easy money. It's a lot easier than the stock market, guys. These moves are extremely high probability, all right? Anyways. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry, I had to yell at the cat. Anyways, yeah, thanks for being here, James. Steve, thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Let me check something real quick. Let me check something real quick. All right. Where was I at? Where was I at? I forget. Yeah, I completely forgot where I was at. I really did. Okay, well, we're gonna start fresh because I just literally just completely forgot where I was at. Steve, what's up? That's where I was at. Who else is in here? Steven Cross. What's up, Steven? What's up, my friend? Thank y'all for being here. So right now, I know a lot of you are in AMC. The daily 50 SMA is kind of going to be where we need to get past. All right, we got a lot of I don't know, man. We have a lot of hurdles here with AMC. I mean, there's no demand up here. We know that. I mean, we can't verify demand. Like we could say that right now we're at demand. You could try to attempt to say that just based off this one blue candle right here. You could call this a demand zone, maybe, but it doesn't seem like it is. It doesn't feel like demand to me because we had never been up here before, right? I mean, AMC had never been at $35 ever in the history of the stock, I don't think, right? I gotta take that back. It was. The ATH of AMC was $35. So how can you tell me there's demand here? Somebody the other day was saying this is a demand zone. I was saying, how is that a demand zone? How do you know that? We don't know that's a demand zone. There's no evidence to the left that that was a demand zone. In fact, there's none. There's literally no evidence, right? The highest the stock ever was $35. How is that a demand zone? They said because it jumped out real fast, like you said. I said, okay. Now that doesn't mean that's a demand zone. I mean, you have to be looking to the left, right? You can't just say, oh, there's big movement here, this is demand zone. We have to have evidence to the left, which we don't have. So I would not say this is a demand zone. We're not currently in a demand zone. We've hit it 4 or 5 times, and we've been consolidating in here too. So it didn't just come down and leave again. I mean, it kind of did here, right? But that was really that first big dip. It hadn't dipped this low before. So this caused some demand, but this is not a demand zone. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, from my opinion, right? We had this huge spike here out of that zone, but I don't know. I mean, this one didn't go, but this one did. This didn't go. None of these really went. So yeah, I'm just convinced this is not a demand zone. That doesn't mean that we're not going to have demand, all right? The lower the price goes, the more people are buying. That's just a fact. So we go down to $20, that will cause some demand. That doesn't mean it's a demand zone, but it will likely cause some demand. So I think likely, if we get above that 50 SMA on the daily, that's going to be like that first key, right? I want to see price get above the 50 SMA on the daily. We don't have our 200 up anymore. We're just using the 50 at this point. So I know a lot of you know that I used to use the 200 and the 50, which I still do, but right now I'm just rocking with the 50 lately. It seems a little bit more, you know, I don't know. Not as much clutter on the screen, number one. That's pretty much the only reason. But you see here, if we get above that 50, it's the same thing kind of as a golden cross, right? It's kind of the same situation. Price gets above 50, it moves. Price gets below 50, it moves. All right. So we'll have to wait and see what AMC does. Right now, if I move all this stuff and we draw a golden zone, let's hide the pivots real quick. A golden zone off this big move is going to take us back up to about $50, $50.66. All right, so we'll leave this golden zone drawn in. This is a daily golden zone. All right, the golden zone is not. I want to ask you guys a question because I've said it a lot. What activates this golden zone? Does anybody know? What activates the golden zone? How do I know the golden zone is going to be in play? When do we see the golden zone get in play? What has to happen? All right, there's 3 indicators here that's going to tell you. So look at the screen and somebody tell me what I have told you guys about activating the golden zone. What has to happen? Does anybody actually know? I'm wondering if anybody actually knows the answer to this. I'll be shocked. I'll be surprised. I'll give you a high five, right? If you know the answer. What has to happen? What does price have to do to let me know that the golden zone is now activated? Because right now it's not. It's not activated. All right. What does price have to do? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see if you got. Throw some answers out there. Let's see if anybody's close. Don't be scared either. Just say what you think. Who cares? If you're wrong, you're wrong. If you're right, you're right. You're gonna know here in a second. So just go ahead and throw some guesses out. JC Small says reversal zone. All right. Headstock Aram says tested twice. All right. Brandon B. Brandon B's on point, Brandon. What's up, Brandon? Good stuff, my friend. Good stuff. Brandon says close over 26% on fib. 23.6. All right, so price must close above that 23.6 for the golden zone to be activated. All right, good stuff, Brandon. Rockets in the chat for Brandon. Brandon knows what's up. Get some rockets up in the chat for Brandon. Good stuff, my friend. So when I draw my fib out, all right, and I want to see it, and this applies to any fib move, all right, any fib. It doesn't matter where I pull it from, all right. If price, if we have the high and we have the low and we draw our fib, we got our golden zone here. This line right here, I'm gonna use a horizontal ray. This 26.3 line right here must have price close above it. It just does. All right, this green line right here, this is a 23.6% on the fib. Once price comes back up, all right, and closes above this on a daily time frame or whatever time frame you're on, that's when you know the fib is, or the golden zone is activated. All right, that must happen, otherwise we don't know. All we can do is react to price action. Okay, we can't say, oh, well, here's the fib, here's the golden zone, it's coming up to the golden zone. No, it doesn't work like that. We have to close above certain levels to have confirmations. All right, the first confirmation, all right, is the 23.6. Why is it the 23.6? If you want to know why it's the 23.6, look here. Look at these touch points here, right off that 23.6. You guys see this? Thumbs up in the chat. Can we get some thumbs up in the chat for these touch points? Let's show this to you. I can't make this up. We have a zone here, all right? Right there on off these touch points, okay? I'm gonna make a little green zone here. All right, so I'm just gonna do that. Now, I'm gonna take this from the base to the wick to the base of this one. So we'll use a little zone like that 23.6. If price gets above that zone, all right, now I know the golden zone's in play. All right, and I can pretty much predict the market from that point. And I'm not really predicting it, I'm just reacting to price action and probabilities, all right? It's highly probable that when the 23.6 zone gets broke, that golden zone's in play. It's even more probable when the 50 SMA gets broke. All right, this is a daily time frame. If we close above this zone right here, and we get above that 50, you know that this zone is in play. It's just facts. It's just facts, my friends. All right, there's no variance here. This is a high probability. All right, this is all we can do in these markets. All right, you can draw whatever fractals, you can use whatever tools you want. It doesn't matter. This is basic price action. So anybody that tells you that you need anything other than this is just flat out wrong. They've read a million books. The books are wrong. You don't need indicators, I'm telling you. All right, you need a few things. You need a fundamental understanding of price action. You need a fundamental understanding of the Fibonacci tool, and you need a fundamental understanding of SMAs. And that's really, at the end of the day, all I've been using for 5 years with 80% plus accuracy on these calls. All right, there's a lot of times where I've been trading by myself, where I've made, you know, really high probability call outs, and they work, and I've been right a lot of the time. All right, I'm telling you, this 23.6 gets broke. Mark my words. We'll check this back. We'll check back when price gets over this. All right, we'll see how accurate this was. But just keep this in mind. All right, when you pull your fibs, all right, know that 23.6, even from the opposite side, if price is going up and you pull your fib to the upside, just know when that 23.6 gets broke, the golden zone's in play. All right, so gold 23.6 break and close, a break and close above that 50. All right, and we're there. This zone is now in play. So that's when you could take a day trade, you could take a swing trade and ride price up to that golden zone and look for the reversal around this pivot point, which, well, there is no pivot there. But the bottom of this golden zone is going to be around $50.65, right? Cool. All right, and that's just facts. That's just facts. There's no variance. It's facts. Okay, you see the resistance here too. I mean, it's not like I'm making this up. Like, you see the resistance at this 23.6 on the bottom side. You see the support here on the top side. This is a key zone. You break 23.6, break that 50 SMA, golden zone in play. All right, cool. Let's move on. Hope you guys understood that. I know it's a lot to take in. If you're new to price action and stuff, I know you're like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Golden zones and what are you talking about? Go back and watch my Fibonacci retracement video. All right. Brandon B says solid game being dropped here. Good stuff, Brandon. You paying attention? Did you learn that here, Brandon, or did you already know that? I'm curious. Did you learn that from me, or did you already have knowledge of that? Because I talk about that a lot. The fib is one of my biggest tools, right? Finding these zones, that's the key. That's the key to the world of trading, is finding the good zones that price likes to move in and out of and reverse off of. Learning from me. Okay, cool. I'm glad you're learning here, Brandon. You're doing a good job, man. So when you pull your fibs, look for that 23.6 break and close. Now it's not guaranteed, guys, right? Like I want to stress this. Like, it's not guaranteed. You can't come in here and say, oh, price broke 23.6. Well, I'm in for a trade for sure, and there's no variance, and I'm just not even going to worry about this anymore. That's not how it works, right? Price could easily come up here, break, close, and find resistance at that 50 and come back down. That could happen. All right, there's a bunch of variables that go into this, right? Like, price is below the 50 SMA, and that 50 SMA is a dynamic moving level of support and resistance, right? So if we do break the 23.6, we could have some type of issues here at this 50 SMA. That's why I said, you know, if this 50 SMA was like this, like if this SMA, let me move this. If this SMA was like this, coming like this, all right, like that, then you know for sure, right? Because price is above the 50 SMA, we break that 23.6, this is happening. So but the fact that that SMA is above price here, it's gonna likely, could potentially cause some issues getting up there. So there is some variance in here. You got to be you got to be able to see this stuff though. All right, just know, you break above that 23.6, it's powerful stuff, right? Especially look to the left, we have our confirmations here. It's just really that simple though. Headstock Aaron, what's up? Starting to make more sense. All right, that's good, man. That is good. Mavis Moving, where you been? Glad to have you back today. What's up, Josh? I'm here, man. I'm here. I had a few things to do this morning, like wake up. I had to wake up. That wasn't easy. All right, let's drop down AMC. Let's go to Mavis. Let's check out Mavis. All right, so let's just use Mavis as an example for that 23.6. I want to show you guys a prime example here. All right, daily time frame. All right, check this out. Matter of fact, let's go to a 4. All right, look, let's pull our fib. Did price close above that 23.6? It did right here. And look at this. The golden zone's now in play. And I called this out the other day on the channel. If you guys weren't paying attention, let me turn these pivots off. If you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't know this. But if you were paying attention, you already know. I told you guys, if price closes above 23.6, that's going to give us a close above the 50 SMA. And you already see what happened here, all right? I'm going to draw this horizontal ray here. So let's remove this. This line right here is the 23.6, all right? We're going to make this green. And that's right on the 50 SMA. That's how I knew price was coming up, all right? That's the only reason I knew. That's it. If I pull this ray all the way to the left here, what do we have? Look to the left. Support, support, consolidation, breakout, 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 support. All right, this is a zone. I told you guys we close above this 23.6 zone. It's going to be on. All right, we also closed above the 50 SMA. That's why this golden zone was activated, and that's why I made the call out that I think we're going to come up to at least 1460. All right, now we might reverse off the golden zone. That's a reversal zone, but you know, that's our edge, right? You've got to have an edge in these markets. You can't just come in here and do a few things without an edge. You have to have an edge, and the only way to get a real true edge on the market and on these banks is, number one, to understand price action, and number two, to understand the zones where the banks move the money. That's it. That's all you need. That's all you freaking need. But what about the people that say TA is garbage? I challenge anybody that says TA is garbage to come on here and challenge me to a price action challenge or whatever. Let's see who can predict better, because you're going to try to predict it with some nonsense, and I'm going to sit here and be waiting for price to tell me where it's going. All right, anybody that tells you TA is BS, I mean, you guys watch my channel, you see these call outs I make, all right? I mean, it's not BS, I promise you. All right, I could go back, we could back test the golden zone a million times. If you guys want to do that right now, I will show you 100 moves where the golden zone has gotten touched. I'm just going to do that real quick. All right, let's do that. Let's go to the daily time frame, and let's pull a fib on some moves. All right. Here's one. This is just microvision too. I'm gonna pull this golden zone right here. What did price do? Came down to the golden zone, bounced off. Came down to the golden zone, bounce. Came down to the golden zone, bounce. Came down to the golden zone, bounce. There's 3 right there. The golden zone is powerful. Now, there's a little bit of variance in here. Don't get me wrong. Like this came down to the 50. This actually broke the 50. I'm actually not going to do 100 of these, but I just want you guys to know. Basically, I'm not even going back into. I changed my mind. I'm not doing 100 of those. But just understand, the TA is not garbage. All right, it's not. I promise you. Anthony Kaiser, hello, I'm talking about Hugh Finn's channel. He's been putting up videos lately trying to prove how TA is garbage. Wow, I guess he likes wasting his time. He'll never be able to prove that. He'll never be able to prove that because it's not true. All right, these zones are predictable. You just have to know how to extract the data, which whoever that is clearly doesn't know how to do that. The only thing that's garbage, you know, what gives TA a bad rep, I'll tell you right now, is when people overcomplicate things. People overcomplicate things. They sit here and they try to use all these, you know, and I'm not hating on anybody, but it's just true. I'm just one of those people. I'm going to speak the facts. I don't care if you like it or not. You don't like it, don't listen. Anybody that's sitting here overcomplicating price action and trying to use all these insane indicators that they paid hundreds of dollars for, algorithms, all this stuff, it's not necessary. It's not necessary. FOREX, look at this move. What do you think? What do you think I was able to do this move up from? Look, let me zoom in here. What do you think this move was done with? Honestly. Where's my move? Can I zoom in? There we go. What do you think I was able to do this with? All I needed here, check this out. This was a $2,000 profit trade. This would have been a $2,000 profit trade, right? All I did was find these zones, all right? These zones right here. I trapped price. I waited for the breakout, you make money. You wait for the retest, you make money. That's technical analysis. That's called reading price action. I didn't use anything other than my knowledge of price action, finding zones where banks move money, trap the price, and wait for the breakout and the retest. That's it. So anybody that tells you TA is BS, just tell them to come onto this channel and check it out. I challenge anybody to come in here and try to tell me TA doesn't work. I've been doing it for years. I've seen this millions and millions of times. I'm being dead serious, guys. Like, and I see people saying this stuff. I see people saying they overcomplicate it, right? There's people that were in this group that used to be in this group that overcomplicate technical analysis. They're trying to use all this stuff they hear other people using. They just mimic them. They're copycats, all right? They don't know what they're talking about. I mean, I promise you, I'm the one who showed these people what they're doing. And they take things from other people and they overcomplicate the TA. It's not that difficult. If you don't understand price action, then yeah, TA is going to look stupid. It's going to look like it's nothing, right? But it's there, and the data is here, and the patterns are here, and the zones are here. You just have to know how to find it and read it. That's it. All right. The retest is what I'm going to teach you guys to do on FOREX. If you want to take the breakout, that's on you. But I just recommend the retest. All right. It's a lot safer. And it's a lot more high probability. Brandon B says, what is the fastest time frame you think the fib is useful for? You can use the fib on a 1 minute time frame and it still works. It's a very fractal, you know, the whole market is fractal, right? Like you zoom out, you see stuff, right? You zoom in, you see the same stuff. So like, yeah, you can use the fib on I mean, I'll show you guys right now. I could zoom in on a 30-second time frame. Yeah, let's see if it lets me do it 1 minute. On a 1 minute time frame. I'm gonna show you guys this. 1 minute time frame. This is a 1 minute time frame. Just know that. You're asking me how fast. I want you to look at your screen right now. Where did price bounce off of? This is a 1 minute time frame. Can you imagine that? 1 minute. Look at this golden zone. Who's telling me TA is invalid and nonsense? I could have just traded off the 1 minute time frame. Look at this. And where did price bounce off of? I can't make this up. Look at this. Bounce right off that 50%. 1 minute time frame. So it doesn't matter where the market is fractal, right? On the bigger time frames, you find the same things you see on the smaller time frames. On the smaller time frames, you see the same things you see on the bigger time frames. So this is the golden zone. You see this. This is a 1 minute time frame. Price literally came down literally 50% and then bounced. You see this? Thumbs up in the chat if you see this and you understand that the market is fractal. Yes, but you must be able to understand the main reversal zones, and that is a 50% to 61.8% retracement. That's just where stocks and any market really just reverses most times. You see, breakout, retest, boom. All right, this is a 1 minute time frame, so every candle's worth 1 minute, and we find the same things here that we find on the daily. All right, so I hope that made sense because it's legit. The 23.6 fib is useless. How? Trader Chris, how is it useless? That's actually a very big confirmation, right? We need that 23.6. We that creates a key level in most times. Let's pull it back out. Let's go back to that one. Let me ask you this. What makes you think it's useless? This is a 1 minute time frame. So we pulled the fib from here to here, right? Now, for me to know that this golden zone's activated, I need price to close above the 23.6. And what happened here? You just said, I'm not throwing shade to you, all right? But you're wrong. I'm not throwing shade to you, Trader Chris, but you're wrong. All right, and I don't want you to think that because it's not right. It's not accurate. You're 100% wrong. All right, this is another golden zone up here. Now, what happened? Let's go through the price action. Price came down. All right. What happened here? It did not close above that 23.6 right here. This candle did not close. All right, and price went down. As soon as the next candle closed above that 23.6, which is this candle right here, this closed, what happened? It literally came up and tested the golden zone. Do you think that's coincidence? Do you think that's coincidence? It's not. I promise you it's not. All right. None of these candles closed above the 23.6. You see all the resistance here at 23.6. Look at this line. Who was that? Trader Chris, is that you? Look at this line right here, this green line, this 23.6. All this resistance along this line. And then finally, as soon as the candle closed above the 23.6, what happened? The golden zone got touched. That's not coincidence, my friend. That's not coincidence. That's called market structure. That's called the geometry of the market. Right, but that doesn't matter about price now. Price now is irrelevant. The golden zone got touched. That's the whole point. Is that I knew price, I could tell you price was going to come up to the golden zone and look for, an exit point here if you're scalping this. That's the whole point. All right, the 23.6 is 100% not useless. In fact, it's almost necessary to know when price is going to actually activate the golden zone. That's just the way it works. You see it right here. I mean, I didn't create this chart. This is just the action of GBP USD. So resistance, as soon as the candle closed, you see it touch the golden zone. All right, and you know this is a reversal, so you could have got in here, out here, then back in here, and then out back here. All right. No, that's not called volatility. That's called market structure. This is market structure. This is the geometry of the market. That is why that 23.6 is very, very important when you're using Fibonacci's to find zones. You must know where your zones are. Otherwise, you're going to be just kind of blindly trading, and that's not, not something you ever want to do. Now, is that chart going down after that breakout from 50%? Yeah, it's a reversal zone, right? Golden zones are reversal zones. Look. It reversed off both sides. So we know this was the golden zone down here for the other move. Price reversed off. This is a golden zone. Price reversed off. That's just how it goes. Now, that's why it's very powerful when you see price break through one of these zones to the other side. You already know. So if price would have did this and closed down here, we already know we're going down. If price ever did this and closed up here, we already know we're going up. That's just how these zones work. Peter Mullins, thank you for the €4.49. Man, I appreciate you. Thank you. Jessica Burrows, what's up? Good morning. Again, yeah, Peter, thank you, my friend. Guys, got to understand fib on a fundamental level, all right? I don't want you to think, if none of these zones matter, they wouldn't be on my fib, right? If I pull this fib out, all of these zones matter. Every single one of these zones tell me something, okay? They do. From the 100 down to the 0. Every single zone here matters, and there's data to be extracted from the market when we get closes above certain levels. All right, it's just facts. So no, that 23.6 is not a coincidence, right? That 23.6 could not break through right here, and as soon as it did and closed, you saw the golden zone get touched. That's not coincidence. 100%. Pounds. Did I say euros? I'm sorry. Pounds. My bad. Thank you for the $4 and $4.40. How do y'all say it? The £4 and 49 cents? I don't know. I'm stupid. I feel like that's actually a good question. Trader Chris says the 23% fib only matters when you know when the bottom is. You have no idea when the bottom is, and then when price is tanking, when it's going to reverse. That's 100% not true either, Chris. That's 100% not true either. How do I know to pull my fib from here then, right? The only reason I know to pull a fib is because I know the bottom. You have to know your reversal signals. You're right. You can't use a fib until you know the top and bottom. That's a fact. That's a fact. But look, once price broke this trend line here, I already know this is the bottom, right? Price literally broke a trend line here. So I know this is the bottom. That's how I can pull the fib, right? The only reason I can pull this fib is because I knew that this was the top and I know that this was the bottom. So I pull my fib, and that's how we get these lines, all right? That's how we get all the zones. You can only use the fib when you know the top and the bottom of the move. And that doesn't matter if it's on the 1 minute time frame or the 1 month time frame. Anthony Kaiser, what's up? Oh, he says, honestly, the majority of everything I've learned these past 3 or 4 months has been from you. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the kind words. There you go, Mr. Levitz. There you go. Mr. Levitz has the key, man. Mr. Levitz, that's right. Now, check this out. I'm going to talk about that for a second because that's just facts. Look, this stuff doesn't work because there's some magical code in the universe. It works because people believe in it and they trade off it, all right? So it's the same thing as the dollar, right? A dollar, if I hand you a dollar bill, you only believe it has value because everyone else in the world believes it has value. I want you guys to hear me out. Hear me out. Wow, Peter, thank you so much, my friend. Peter coming in with the 44 pounds. Peter, thank you, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. All right, look. This golden zone is not it's not a universal like phenomenon, all right? It only works because people believe it works. There's not some code, right? People trade off these zones. The banks trade off these zones. It only works because people believe it works. That's it. Otherwise, it wouldn't work. But people trade off these zones, right? They know. People know how to use the fib. They already know. Once we break this trend line, break that 23.6, the fib's in play. So everyone's buying in here. They're getting in, and they're getting out at the golden zone. That's just how it works. So like I said, if I hand you a dollar bill, you're going to accept that as payment because you believe it has value. And whether or not you believe it has value is irrelevant, right? Because everybody else in the world believes it has value. So it gives it value just from the belief. This zone is no different than that. Everyone has belief about this zone. They all know about it. All the day traders, they know how to find the golden zone. They might call it something else. I call it the golden zone. But they know that this area, this 50 to 61.8%, is activated here when we break certain levels. And that comes from belief. And that's it. So yeah, you're right, Levitz, 100%. Whether you believe it or not, it does work. Whether it's from belief or whatever, it does work. It 100% works. 44 pounds and 99 ounces. Oh, God. But I can go back. Here's the thing. You're saying it's useless, Trader Chris, but you're wrong, though. You're wrong. We can have a healthy debate here. You're wrong. Because I can go back 1,000 times on this chart and find you 1,000 different examples of when price broke 23.6 to touch the golden zone, right? Like I can just show you a million times. We can go back from the very beginning of the chart and I can show you over and over and over and over and over that once the 23.6 gets broke, it hits that golden zone. That tells you can get in a day trade or whatever. Right, it can break the 23.6 and not touch the golden zone. Like I said, nothing's guaranteed, but all we can do is probability trading. The fib does show that. You know how I know the bottom? It's because I'm looking at reversal zones. I'm looking at reversals. How do you not know this is the bottom? Look at this zone. How is this not the bottom? Please tell me. You say I don't know when the bottom is. I'm about to disprove you because you're playing devil's advocate, but you're doing it wrong, Trader Chris. How do I know this is the bottom? I just look to the left. What are you talking about? Boom. I can almost predict the bottom here. Even when price wasn't even down here yet, bro. I can just look to the left and I know that this zone down here is likely going to be the bottom of the move. All right. And when you start getting these reversal signals here, boom, boom. Now we start saying, okay, price reversed 4 times off this zone. 1, 2, 3, 4. What else do you need to know this is the bottom? Price never broke below. So I already know this is the bottom. I already know. I think you're looking at the market the wrong way, my friend. You're not looking to the left. You got to look to the left. You just have to. If I wasn't looking to the left, no, I wouldn't know where the bottom is. This could just be random, volatility in the market. But I know this is the bottom by looking to the left. Support, support, resistance, support, support. What else do you need to know? There's the bottom. That's how I pulled the fib. Facts. Also, we need confirmations. Where's RSI here? At the bottom. RSI at the bottom. RSI at the bottom. RSI at the bottom. RSI at the bottom. Josh, or who was that? Trader Chris. If you don't believe me at this point, I think you need to do some more studying, my friend. I'm being serious. Because look, RSI low on every single move. Look to the left, support here at this zone. I can already predict that this is the bottom of this move. So I draw my fib. Now I know once we break this trend line here, not only that, look at the trend line here, coming straight down the middle of the fib. That got broke. There's so many confirmations there that this was the bottom. All right. So many confirmations. Who cares where RSI is at now? It doesn't even matter. RSI is probably likely above because the price is up here. You're trying to say that the 23.6 doesn't matter, but you're wrong. You're wrong. And I just disproved it. All right. Just by these touch points right here. All right. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just being, you're going to be blunt with me. I'm going to be blunt with you. You're wrong. All right. I told you, you said fib can't predict the bottom of the bottom. Okay. No, but my confirmations can, right? 1, 2, 3, draw my zone, check RSI. RSI is low on each one of these moves. I know that's the bottom, and that's how I know that these zones work. Next. Next. All right. I mean, you're just flat out wrong, Chris. I hate to be blunt with you, but you're just 100% wrong. No variance. All these zones work. Yeah, RSI is very basic. All you got to do is look left, guys. That's at the end of the day, that's just the key. Look left. You want to know where price is going to reverse? Look to the left. It's that simple. Thumbs up in the chat if anything I just said made sense. Look at these. That's all it took for me to know that this was going to reverse here. That's all it took. Looking to the left. That's literally it. All right. And if you want to know when your golden zone's activated, wait for a close above 23.6, because that's when the day traders get in. The day traders get in at the 23.6 or above. I promise you. And then also, you have the RSI. I mean the SMA here, your 50 SMA. That's like 5 confirmations, bro. I only need 3 confirmations to verify something. This is 5 confirmations. 5. Price broke above this 23.6 and broke and closed above the 50 SMA and the 23.6. Golden zone activated. That's simple. All right. I'm not trying to be rude, man, but I'm just letting you know. I want you to be a better trader. All right. I want you to win. And if you're wrong, you're wrong. And if I'm wrong, I want somebody to tell me I'm wrong so I know, so I can correct what I'm doing. But you're wrong. You're just 100% wrong. Market structure tells me everything I need to know. Supply and demand tells me everything I need to know. If you don't understand supply and demand, how could you ever know that the price was going to reverse here? This is 100% a demand zone. 1,000,000%. How do I know that? Price came down and left real quick. Price came down, left real quick. Price came down, left real quick. This is a demand zone. So you can just predict the bottom just off that. I don't need fib to tell me where the bottom is. The fib tool is not here to tell you where the top and bottom is. That's for you to tell the fib. You understand? You got to look at this differently. The Fibonacci tool is not here to tell you where the top and the bottom of the move is. You have to know that already. Otherwise, you can't even use the fib. All right, but we know this is a demand zone. So I can, even if price was up here, look at this. Even if price was way up here, right? And none of this stuff was even here, and price was just right here below the golden zone, I still could pull a fib from here to this demand zone roughly and get a kind of an estimate of where price is going to go. All right, you have to understand supply and demand first and foremost. That's just very important. No, I'm not mad. I just want you to be a better trader, my friend. I'm telling these people, you know, I'm teaching them about these zones, and you're coming in saying it's useless. I'm going to defend what I know. I'm going to defend what I know. I want you to be a better trader. You got to understand these zones. They're very important. I think you sound mad because you got disproven. That's what I think. RSI is a great way to check where you're at. Without RSI, you'd kind of be in the dark a little bit. RSI is very, very, very useful. 100%. All right, Trader Chris, do your thing, bro. Do your thing. Do your thing, my friend. You clearly are not here to learn, so do your thing. All right. What if you pull a fib on the MVS using quarterly candles? Now that would be interesting. You're talking about using like the quarters theory? You're talking about like if you're talking about quarters theory, yeah, you could run fibs off the quarters for sure. I don't know how accurate it would be. Read that book, Quarters Theory. I put the book in the Discord. If you're on the Discord, scroll up in the members chat. I uploaded like 11 books, I think. One of them is called Quarters Theory. Definitely look that book up. It applies to the stock market too. You can trade off quarters as well. I'm not going to go into that any further. I know that I'm right, and that's all there is to it. When you're right, you're right. When you're wrong, you're wrong. So we'll see. If I'm wrong, we'll see, right? Price is gonna get over this, and we're gonna see what happens. We found the bottom of the move. We know this is the bottom. You see the resistance along this 23.6 here. All right, we'll see. If price breaks above this 23.6 and closes, I'll bet any amount of money. Whoever wants to bet. Trader Chris, you want to put $1,000 bet? If you're so sure it doesn't work, let's make $1,000 bet. I will literally cash up you $1,000 if I'm wrong, and you will cash out me $1,000 if I'm right. That if this 23.6 gets broke, I bet we come up to the golden zone. I'll make a bet. Let me know if you want to do it. All right, bet. Get on the Discord. Okay, you only have to say it once, bro. You're good. You don't have to spam it. You're good. Bet. James, you had recommend a book or learning material for the stock market and had to choose only one. What would it be? Oh my God. To be honest with you, I haven't read a lot of books about the stock market. I'm not going to lie. I have no idea. But if I had to recommend one book for price action, I'd probably recommend Naked Forex, to be honest with you. That's the book I recommend the most. Chris doesn't even have $1,000 to bet. All right, Mavis gets bought out by Microsoft. None of these levels matter. I hope that's right, Josh. I hope you're right. I really do. That would be amazing. But yeah, John Mitchell, honestly, man, I really have not read a lot of books about the stock market. I haven't. I'm just applying what I already knew about price action here. So I've only been trading stocks for about, I don't know, a year and a half, maybe a year and a half. A little over. It's all right, guys. I give my attention to some of these trolls sometimes, but I just disproved everything he had to say about that fib, so he can take it. I just want him to win. I want everybody to win. See, he's salty now, guys. Look at his comments. This is when someone that got owned, this is what they do. He got disproven, he got owned, and now he wants to be salty. That's how the internet works, man. It's so funny. Did you ever think that maybe you're just wrong and you should listen to somebody that knows what they're talking about? Maybe you could learn something, man. Maybe you could be a better trader. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, I just want you guys to win. Yeah, don't, I mean, there's no reason to get salty. You're just wrong. And, you know, these zones definitely matter. I just want you guys to win. That's it. If you guys have any books about the stock market, you can upload them in the Discord. That's fine. If you can't upload them, send them to me and I'll upload them. But if I had to recommend a book on price action, it would just be Naked Forex, man. That book is awesome. I learned a lot reading that book. I can see Mavis being 230 and 88 in 2035. That'd be awesome. Mr. Levitt says, James did not invent these TA methods. They have been around forever and adopted by many successful traders and investment firms. Facts. I did not create this. Please know I did not create this. All right. Yeah, this stuff has been around, guys, for a long time. All right. These zones, this golden zone, all this stuff, it's been around forever. This is not something I created. This is something I learned to use. The tools in my arsenal, right? I did not create this. The banks created this. You definitely get a good return. Lockup says, everyone I know that trades always looks left. These individuals are older than most here. That's trading 101. That's facts. If you are not looking to the left, you are not looking right. And if you want to learn to predict these zones, all you got to do is look to the left. That's it. It's that simple. So like I said, anybody like whoever that was, what was that guy? I already forgot his name. What was his name? Trader Chris. Anybody like that those are the people you need to stay away from. I'm being honest. Do not listen to people like that. They have no concept of trading. They don't. And I see it everywhere. I see it on Weeble Chat. I see it on YouTube. All these people, they're losing traders, guys. They're losing traders, and they lose for a reason. They lose for a reason. I'm not even like talking bad. It's just facts. 98% of retail traders lose their money. Why do you think that is? They don't understand price action. They don't understand market structure. They don't understand supply and demand. They're going off he say, she say. They're going off news. They're trading off fundamentals. They're not trading the right way. That's why they lose money. And Josh Screamer says, I'm more of a DD trader. And that's facts. That's good. Like, if you're a DD trader, you're probably in a bunch of long stocks, right? Like, if you're trading off DD only, then yeah, you're likely in a bunch of very long stocks, you know, Microvision, AMC, Neo, Tesla. You're probably sitting in long stocks, and that's 100% fine. But if you're day trading, when you start day trading, scalping, swing trading, you must understand these things I'm talking about. Otherwise, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. This whole system is designed to take your money, right? It just is. This whole market is designed to take. You're trading against professional traders. You're trading against professional traders. You got to know who you're trading against. All right, you're not trading against other retail traders. So if you don't understand supply and demand, you don't understand price action, you know, and stuff like that, you're going to have a hard time. But if you're doing DD trading and you're just long, that's different. Josh Screamer says, I'm more of a DD trader, but I'm still learning TA trading, and the last kiss is helping so much with RSI checks. Nice, man. Keep working. Don't let anybody tell you something that's not true if you know it's not true. And I'm just one of those people. I will defend it to the death. If I know I'm right and I know somebody's wrong and they're challenging me, I'm going to defend it to the death. Especially because I have people that listen here and are following this. I'm not going to let somebody come in here and tell me I'm wrong when I know I'm not. And you guys shouldn't either. Don't listen to these traders that don't know what they're doing. Ask to see their portfolios. Say, let me see your last 50 trades. How many have you won? Have you won more than you lost? All right, these fibs work, guys. I promise you. It's very basic stuff, but to understand the structure of it, you're gonna win in the long term if you understand this stuff, right? I promise. We'll see if Microvision can make its way back up. Someone said MMAT. Let's look at MMAT. And I called this out too. If you guys don't remember, how many of you hear me call this out, this MMAT reversal? I told you guys we were going to reverse off this zone down here. This wasn't even a golden zone. This is a demand zone. All right. This is not a golden zone. This is a demand zone. So let's make it green. I told you guys MMAT was coming down. Once we broke here, we broke this 50 SMA. I told you guys we're coming down to the demand zone and it's going to rip after that. Thumbs up in the chat if you remember me talking about this. Thumbs up in the chat if you remember me talking about this. All right. Told you guys 50 SMA break, likely coming down to this demand zone. All right. And we did. We bounced off, found resistance at that 50 SMA. All right. And once we finally broke that 50 SMA, you see the rip here. Now, I don't know how far it's going to go up, but I'm just saying we were going to get a reversal off this zone just by looking to the left. What do you see here? Look to the left. Can I make this up? No. Look at this. Can I make this up? No. Can I make this up? No. Can I make this up? No. So how do I predict it? I look to the left. I know supply and demand. That's it. All right. We already knew that this was going to happen. All right. We got the jump off, break above the and close above the 50 SMA. You get the move. It's just that simple. And I didn't use anything. I used nothing but just looking to the left and understanding supply and demand and the 50 SMA. That's it. I didn't use anything else. I swear to God, I used nothing else to make that call out. Nothing other than this. Drew my zone in, and I said probably going to reverse off this, and boom, you did. All right, that's it. There was no other tools used here. I didn't even check RSI. I didn't even check RSI, but I bet if we check RSI, it's going to verify it. And it is. Look, RSI super low here. Rip. Rip. RSI was like 19 on RSI here. All right. So you got to have all these tools in your tool belt in order to make these, to do stuff like this. Evil says LKCO is about to hit a golden zone, a golden cross on the hourly. I will be putting in for 1,000 shares real soon, looking for a scalp. Let's check it out. Yeah, let's get some confirmations. All right, number one, your first confirmation, number one, is that we bounced off this demand zone. That's number one. So that's a good eye. Number two, we already broke back above this 50 SMA on the 30, and we closed above the trend line. So let's go. You're gonna do it on the 1 hour. So let's pull it. Let's pull the 200 out. 50 and the 200. We'll do like this. Excuse me. So yeah, you're right. All right, let's see here. Anyways, so yeah, good eye, my friend. Who was that? Who was that? Who was that? Evil. Good eye, because yeah, it does have a golden cross potentially happening here. Plus, price is above this trend line. So this was like a big trend line for LKCO. All right, there's a big trend line, huge trend line. So golden cross in the 1 hour, you could definitely pull a scalp off that. As soon as, I mean, look at the cross here. Even this cross gave you 9%, 9.5% off that move. And you already got it here. I mean, honestly, I would be careful with it because it could not go in your way too. But just know, if you took the trade here at the 50 SMA cross, you got 12%. So that's a good eye. If the golden cross happens, you could definitely likely scalp something off that. I wish you the best of luck in that trade if you take it. Good luck. Peter Mullins, I want to tell you thank you again, man, for that super chat. I appreciate you. If you're still in here, thank you for that. Trade Chris obviously had some personal beef about something else. Yeah, obviously. But I still help the clowns too sometimes. At the end of the day, I want everybody to win, man. Everybody wants to be in here, you know, getting all salty when they're red on their portfolio. I get it. But I mean, it's just facts, man. Like, it's just facts. If you don't understand the stuff I'm talking about, you're probably losing in your day trade, swing trade scalps. You're probably losing if you don't understand these zones. I mean, I don't get on here for my health, right? I'm not here for my health. I'm streaming to help people be better traders. I don't see how anybody could hate on that. I really don't. It blows my mind. Like, I'm on here helping everybody for free. It's crazy how somebody can come in and just act like that. It makes me wonder about their personal life, to be honest. I just want everybody to win. The banks are always winning, guys. They have an insane edge on us. All right, they have no rules. They can do whatever they want. Our only edge is to understand market structure. That's it. Market structure and price action. That's our only edge. If we don't have that, what do we have? You know what I'm saying? I'm actually going to call this a touch here. This is close enough to this golden zone where I'm going to call it a touch. 1 hour time frame on Mavis. That is close enough for me to call this a touch. There's always going to be some variance too, right? Like, it's not going to, it doesn't have to come all the way up to the golden zone and just do that. It doesn't have to do that. Like, this is pretty close. That's within what? 1443 and 1450, like about 15 cents. That's close enough. We got 50 people up in here. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button, obviously. We're doing all right for the day. What are we up for the day? What are we up? What are we up? Currently, as it stands, Microvision's up 1.19% for the day. DD's up 9%. Let's go, DD. Carve's up 2.5%. AMC's up 0.5%. Neo's up 2.1%. So market mostly green, not by a lot, but mostly green today. Volume is creeping up a little bit for Microvision. We're at 1.5 million in volume. So I don't know how this is going to play out today. We did get pretty close to that golden zone. This is a reversal zone, so we'll see. We could find some support at this 200, or we could come down further and have to test the 50. All right. Let's go ahead and turn this off, though. I'm going to keep the 50 like it was. Yeah, there we go. All right. I still believe that the golden zone, like the actual zone, is going to get touched. But this was close enough to kind of trigger a reversal. We'll see what happens. I still think we get up in here, though. If we look to the left here, I mean, there's some resistance right here. I guarantee this is a pivot. It doesn't show it on the indicator, but it is. All right, right here at the bottom of this golden zone, we got some structure. So we'll have to get above that for sure. We get in that golden zone and get to the top. That's when we're going to have a run. Whenever we get above basically $15, we get above $15, this pivot's in play, which is about 1640. All right, that pivot's for sure in play above the golden zone. So we're gonna make our way back up, guys. I love to see us get above that green pivot point right here, around 1640. That'd be amazing. FLGC is halted if anybody else likes halt trades. Now it's unhalted. Be careful with those halts. You can definitely make some money. You can definitely scalp and make some money on those. Long and strong. What's up, Lockup? John Mitchell says holding back on Mavis. Most people have been in Mavis before it was $10. Yeah, definitely. There's been people that have been in Mavis for 10, 11, 12 years. That's crazy. They've been holding the bag that long. That is crazy. I mean, this stock is just, look at the monthly time frame here. Look at this stock. This is Microvision, by the way. Look at this stock. Craziness. And you see here, right? These pivots. This is a monthly chart, guys. You see the pivot points, right? We did not close above that pivot right there. Price came up here, all right, but it did not close above it on the monthly. That's going to be like a key for this stock, right? We never closed above this pivot point on a monthly time frame. We look back to the left here and you see all this action along this zone. So really, I would draw my zone something like this. All right. We ever get above that and close, you better believe the moon is next. We got close. We did get close. We just didn't close above it on the monthly. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen though. If we look at the monthly time frame, I'll pull another fib here. I guarantee you see about a 50% retracement. So where's he at? The fib doesn't work, right? The fib doesn't work, right? Oh my God. The fib worked. Oh my God. Oh my God. The fib worked. Guys, the fib worked. Who would have thunk it? Can you believe the fib worked? Up, down, right here. Right in the golden zone on the monthly time frame. Now we got to see where it wants to go. Does it want to break to the bottom and test 78? Does it want to break to the top and test 23? I don't know. I can't predict that. I wish I could. I wish I could. But look, price literally has come down about 50%, between 50 and 60%. Let's get to 19. Yes, let's get to 19. That would be great. That would be amazing. Happy Tuesday. Let's make some money, Hop. Hope MVIS runs this afternoon. It likely can. It can. We got to get some volume, though. Actually, I take that back. We really don't need volume. We had this whole move off no volume, so it's, I don't know. Let's get rid of these pivots real quick. The good news is that the last time we came to the zone, look at this. Let's do some naked trading here. Came off this zone here. All right, how far do we run? Like, check us out. The last run out of the zone took us up to 1644. All right, and that's when we broke. We came down. All right, we broke the 50 here. We came back down to the 50, tested, and then we had the big move up. Same thing here. All right, we've come down. We broke above the zone, broke above the 50. Now we got to just hope price does this again. All right, and breaks this level right here. If we break that level, that means we broke market structure. We broke the structure of the market. We know that we've made a higher high. That is going to be a bullish signal for the short term. A break above that level of structure right there, like close, candle that closes above that level of structure, we know that we've broken market structure and that we're likely in for a move to the upside. That last candle looks indecisive on the monthly. Which one are you talking about? Yeah, you're talking about this one? Yeah, there's 100% indecisive. This is a very neutral candle, right? We don't know what is going to happen here on the monthly candle. That's what I'm saying. We're right kind of at a pivotal point. And this is a 100% indecisive candle. You're right, Josephine. Good eye. Good eye, my friend. Good stuff. Good stuff. But, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, there's no way to predict what's going to happen, unfortunately. You know, we do top-down analysis, and that's just what you got to do. So there is some variance here, right? But look at the weekly time frame. This 50 SMA has not been broken since the beginning of this move back in May 2020, all right? So like the very beginning, or really is like April 2020. So a little over a year ago, right? We have not broken this 50 SMA the whole entire way. Now we're approaching it. This is going to be, we're kind of at a key moment, right? And it's coming up. Like, think about this. You got to put all this together, right? Like, you got to be able to put everything together. Price action, DD, all that. Like, everything going on internally and externally with Microvision. September's coming up, all right? Summit Sharma, they have opened an office in Germany, all right? The convention's coming up. Summit said they expect sales before next year. And we're coming right to a pivotal moment at this 50 SMA. Do you think with all that going on, we're just going to break the 50 and come down? No. I think we likely could possibly come back down to the zone. It's possible to come back down to that 1086, $11 area. It's not impossible. But understand that it's not likely that we're going to come down to this 50 and break it. I think we come down to the 50 maybe, and then boom, with all the stuff going on with the stock. All right, I don't think we're going to just, you know, come down and break that 50 SMA on the weekly time frame. I just don't think we are with everything going on. So if we have to come down and test the 50, so be it. All right, but you know, like obviously we don't want to do that, but we got to take everything into account, right? Short-term price action is just that. It's short-term price action. What's going to happen next month, next year? You know what I mean? That's what really matters with this stock and stocks like this in general. Like if you're day trading this thing, okay. But most of us are long on this, and we just need, you know, we need that catalyst. So, you know, we have our high, we have a higher high, we have that trend line going. We have not reached up here yet, again. So we'll see if we do. Hopefully we do. Let's check RSI on the weekly. Weekly RSI kind of right in the middle here. So this was a big move, guys. This is huge. This was a nasty move. Hopefully it turns into a bullish candle at the bottom wicks. Yes. Top down analysis, guys. You got to be doing it. Start at the higher time frames, work your way down. That's how you get a bird's eye view of the market. That's how you can get an idea of what's going on, where price wants to be. All right, I simply just draw a trend line in here. I mean, it's just easy stuff. Yeah, right. It's easy stuff. Now, like I said, this candle right here, it did get above the 50. All right, but it has not closed yet above the 50 on the 4 hour. That is what we need to have this happen. All right, we need this 50. We need this 4 hour candle to close above the 50. We got an hour and a half left. It would be great to see this thing close above it. Really, that would just be about 1405, so it's not really that far away. All right, one time frame down says move to the upside. Broke 50 on the 1 hour. All right, so we just need to close on the 4 hour above that 50. Otherwise, I mean, like I said, the trend line might be in play. It very well might be. It might be in play, but that's only going to take us down to about 1250. All right, it's not the end of the world. Let's get some rockets in the chat, man. If you're listening right now, let's see some rockets up in the chat. I've been dropping bombs today. Hope you guys have been paying attention. I know who was that? I forgot your name, man. Whoever called out that 23.6 thing earlier, shout out to you. Get some rockets up in the chat if you're listening, right? Meow. Peter Mullins, what's up? Guido, what's up? You want to get on the Discord? All right. Yeah, there we go. What's up? You guys got rockets? You got rockets in your pockets? Who's got a rocket in their pocket? Oh my god. All right. Thank y'all, man. I appreciate you. Anyways, it is what it is, man. All right. I just like this trade. This was a nice trade. Nice trade here. My setups are going to be easy to follow, guys. They're going to be easy to follow. All you got to do is follow the 3 rules. Follow the 3 rules. You're going to make money on my Forex setups. I promise you. 30-minute candle, break and close. 15-minute candle, retest, back the zone. If it closes within the zone, get out the trade. That's simple. Aim for 15 to 20 pips, close your trade. It's that simple. Mr. Goo, what's up, Mr. Goo? Danik P, what's up? I see you. Brian 13, what's up, man? Barry, you're cocking her. I see you, brother. That name is legit. That is a legit name. Oh my god. All right, guys. Anyways, we're trucking along here. Shout out to everybody at MMAT. You guys are on the upswing. You guys really, if you're in MMAT, you gotta get above this. This is gonna be like key. Like this is gonna be super key level, right? Basically here. You're kind of at a very key level here. All right. Yeah, the key level. This is definitely a demand zone, 100%. How do you know what a demand zone is? What? Somebody give me the definition of a demand zone. What does price do? What does price do in a demand zone? I'm showing you right here. What happens here? Look at these 2 candles. What did price do? How do you know this is a demand zone? Somebody tell me in the chat, please. Somebody please tell me how I know what a demand zone is. What does price do? It's very obvious. You see it right here on this move. What did price do right here that told me there was demand here? You want to know how to make reversals happen? I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm gonna give you guys the key right now. Somebody tell me what you think. I'm gonna tell you this. Now, one of the mods deleted his comments. Evil. It's all good though. How do I know this is demand? It bounced. Okay, it bounced. But how? But what else? But what about the bounce told me? Like, there's something here about this bounce. What exactly happened here? Like, fundamentally speaking, what happened here? Yeah, it bounced, yes. But what about the bounce tells me there's demand? I'm gonna tell you guys the answer. All right, reverse. There you go. Justin Fetch. What's up, Justin? Justin got it on lockdown. It bounced really quickly. All right, so price came down with the quickness and it left even faster. All right, that is demand. Why is that demand? Now, we talk about why that's demand in a second. Why is this demand? How did this happen? Price came down to this point and left really fast. Look at this. Look to the left. As soon as it got in this zone right here, it just shot out. Look at this. This is MMAT, by the way. Price got in the zone, it left real quick. As soon as it got back down, it left real quick. Now, let me tell you something. The way that supply and demand works, all right? These are the bank's zones, all right? So they have orders that have been put together, all right, for future buys, all right? They're not all happening at one time. But what happens is they have all their orders. So I'm going to pull this zone to the left. Pay attention. I'm going to give you the key to supply and demand right now. If you understand this, you'll be able to understand supply and demand at a fundamental level, all right? So price is moving around, the banks decide, okay, at this zone, we're going to put a shit ton of orders in, all right? So what happens? They put the orders in, the orders get filled, right? Right here, they get filled. A crap load of orders get filled. What happens though? Think about what happens with that. Think in your mind, what happens? If all these orders got filled here, you know not all of them got filled. Price left so fast that there's still orders left over at this zone. There's still a bunch of orders left at this zone. Retail traders, the banks, they did not get all their orders filled. They fill these orders in blocks, guys. All right, they don't fill them like all at one time. They fill them in blocks. So if they filled a couple blocks here, price spiked up that fast from the banks, you got to know there's still orders left to be filled at this zone. So what happens? You wait until the price gets back to the zone. Same thing. It leaves real quick. Why? Because there's still orders that were left to be filled here. So as soon as price got down here, they refilled another block of these orders and it shot the price back up. Thumbs up in the chat if that makes sense. All right, they fill these orders in blocks. All right, so like I said, the banks had a bunch of orders filled here. It moved. Now we already know they can't fill them all at one time. So we know there's still orders left to be filled here. That's how we trade off their reversal zones, all right? We trade off these zones because we know, all right, this is a demand zone. When price comes back down here, I already know there's still orders to be filled here because look how fast price left. It left so fast that it couldn't fill all the orders. So we know there's still orders here. And what happened? As soon as price got here, boom, it left real fast again. You could have traded that reversal right there just like that. All right? That's what supply and demand is. You got to understand what's happening on the on the back end of these charts. Like we see what's happening, but why is it happening? Why is price, and you see it kind of taper off here, right? It comes back down to the zone again, boom, orders filled. Boom, orders filled, and then it kind of just slows down. All right? And then and all the orders end up being filled, and then that's when price breaks through. There's no more bank orders here to be filled. They've been filled 4 or 5 times at this zone. All right, so price left real quick. There's still orders in this zone. Price comes back down, more orders get filled, price goes back up, and that is supply and demand. All right? That is supply and demand. And that is how it works. All right, so we already know this is the bank zone. So they may have, all they got filled here, and the next thing you know, they're like, okay, hey, we're ready to fill some more, we're ready to put some more orders in. This might be a zone they do it in. This might be a zone they do it in. Now, I'm not saying this is still a demand zone. Right? You have to find these fresh zones. And once they get hit, a lot of the times, they get hit 3 or 4 times, it's over. All right. But we already know that that's not really the case with MMAT because we see it happen here over and over. So the banks like this zone. All right. They do. But that is supply and demand in a gist. If you understand that, you will understand supply and demand on a higher level than most people. And you will be able to trade these reversal zones just based off supply and demand. All right. So like I said, supply and demand are zones where price leaves really quickly. All right. It comes and it goes real quick. That's supply and demand. I hope that made sense, man. Add it to your arsenal because supply and demand is everything in these markets. Supply and demand is freaking everything. Right? Especially when you get that second touch. Like this was the first time it happened, right? This did not happen before. And this is not retail traders, I promise you. This is not. So once this got hit here, you already know that's demand. You mark that up here, then you just wait. You wait. That's all you do. You just wait. You wait for price to come back down to this zone. You already know there's still orders to be filled here that did not get filled over here because of how fast it left that zone. It was not able to be filled that quickly. So you could have just made a crap ton of money here on the second hit of this demand zone, knowing there's still orders. There's still bank orders. I'm not talking about retail traders. I'm talking about banks, the ones that move the markets, the hedge funds. They cannot get all their orders filled at once. And it happens over and over and over in these markets, guys. All right, so we know this is a key zone that we're in right now. And I'm not saying it's still demand. It could likely not be a demand zone anymore. These demand zones change. All right, they change. They move them around. They're layered. They layer these demand zones and they fill them in blocks. You got to know that. All right, I hope all that made sense, man. So anybody that's telling you I don't know what I'm talking about, don't listen to them. Just because I teach very basic things on this channel does not mean I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, please understand, supply and demand is everything, especially when you're day trading and scalping. Understand that, please, please, please. All right. So anyways, right now MMAT is at this key level and likely going to see a swing if we get above, right? Now, I don't know how long it's going to last. We don't know the short interest. I don't know it, at least. I haven't looked at it in a while. Not sure what they're doing fundamentally with the stock either, but price action wise, we know what's up. And that is supply and demand in just, guys. All right. Don't you think they would have pulled those unified block orders after they didn't fill? No, I don't. And it's obvious they didn't. It's obvious that they didn't, right? Because we saw that spike again. So, I mean, like I said, sometimes if they get 2 or 3 hit, you know, that demand zone is no longer active. So you got to find these demand zones when they first start. That's the key. That's the key to like trading reversals. If you wait till like the 4th or 5th hit, you might not get the move you're looking for. But you get that 2nd or 3rd one, that's when you really get that jump, right? As you can see, these block orders got filled here again, and that spiked the price up a lot to the same area. All right, same area up here. So, I mean, like I said, guys, it's speculation a little bit, but we don't really know, you know, what the banks are doing. We can just look at the charts and see where they move the money, though. That's something we can do that they cannot control, right? We see where the banks are moving the money. We know. It's very obvious. It's very obvious where the banks are moving the money. So, you know. For sure, they definitely work with currencies, 100%. If there are whales in every market, guys. All right, there's banks and hedge funds and all kinds of insanely rich people moving money around like crazy, especially in Forex. Yeah, especially in Forex. All right. So you got to keep that in mind. You got to take everything into account. But if you understand supply and demand on a fundamental level, you understand that demand is where banks move the money. There's still orders there to be filled because price left so quickly they couldn't fill all the orders. So the next time it gets back to that zone that it left, you already know it's likely going to spike again, and continue filling orders that were not filled the previous time it spiked. All right, boom, dropping knowledge today, man. What's up, y'all? Y'all with me? Who's with me, man? We're gonna talk about supply and demand, I promise you. That is fundamental. You want to be a good trader, you want to be profitable, all you have to do is learn where the banks move the money. That's it. We're surfers, guys. We're not riding, we're not driving the boat. You got to understand that. You got to change the way you look at the market. We have to stop letting the books tell us what to do, really, because the books are wrong. Who do you think writes the books? Who do you think writes the books? They want you to do it wrong. They don't want you to follow their money because they know you're going to win. You follow the money. We're surfers. You see this cruise ship coming along? I'm going to draw a ship here. I'm going to do my best to draw a ship. All right, we got the ship here. We got the engine. All right, we got their sailboat. This is the big cruise ship. This is the worst ship in the world. I don't even know what I'm doing. All right, but this is the cruise ship. All right, it's making waves. All right, the cruise ship is making waves. You got to know where to ride it. We're chilling. We're chilling here on a surfboard. All right, we're riding the hedge fund's waves. That's how you make the money. You follow the money. You don't trade against it. That's stupid. That didn't make any sense. The books are wrong. We're surfers. We gotta ride the waves, man. We can't be surfing against the current. You're not gonna go anywhere. You ain't gonna make shit. You're gonna get wrecked. You're gonna get margin called. You're gonna lose all your freaking money, and you're gonna be sitting here like, what's his name, Trader Chris, losing all your money, wondering why. Straight up, I'm being honest. We gotta ride these waves they're making. Okay, they're making these waves. We gotta know how to get in and get out. It's just that simple. You like my drawing here? I feel like this was spot on, other than the gigantic ship with a huge sail. You get the idea, though. All right, this is a gigantic sailboat, apparently. Oh my god. Oh, that's funny. Mr. Levitt says my head hurts from all these facts. Oh god, that's funny. All right. Just keep this in mind, man. When you're looking at these markets, just know You never want to trade against the banks. You don't. They're going to wreck you. Their whole purpose in life is to steal your money. But how can they steal your money if you ride their waves? How can they do it? That's why you got to understand supply and demand. All right. It's very important. It's very important. You start trading against the banks like an AMC, you're going to get wrecked. I don't care. It might not be today. It might not be tomorrow. They're going to wreck you though. You got to ride their waves, man. They're making the waves. Holy shit. Shorts are mostly covering. Yeah, appreciate you, Levitz. Thank you. Como se dice demand zone? I'm not gonna lie. Not sure what that means. You know I don't speak Spanish. Justin Fetch, man, said price touches quickly and leaves. You're right. Spot on, Justin. Justin knows supply and demand. You guys want to be a good trader, you got to learn supply and demand. Highly recommend you look into it and understand it on a fundamental level, because you're going to lose money if you don't. I promise you. I promise. You might get lucky a few times, but you might win a little bit and lose a lot if you don't understand supply and demand. And there are pockets, guys, this is more advanced stuff, right? Like there are pockets of supply and demand all within this chart, right? There's pockets of supply and demand all within here. But I highly recommend, if you guys want to learn supply and demand, go to the higher time frames, all right, and find them. Find the areas, rally-based drops, you know, drop-based rallies. That's how you find supply. That's how you find supply. Let me show you this. Here's a prime example. Look at this. I can't make this up. Rally, base, drop. All right. That's how you find supply. Rally, base, drops. That is supply. And what happens here? Price got up here and it left real quick. No resistance. So we already know this is a supply zone. So I'd mark this up. I'd be like, all right, this is a supply zone. Cool. Next time it gets here, I'm waiting for the trade. What happens? Next time price got up here, boom, you made money. Look at this. I can't make this shit up, man. I really can't. Look at that. Rally, base, drop, supply, left real quick, marked in the zone. So I was ready for it. If I'm day trading, I'm ready for this. Price came up here, I'm in the trade, I make money. Down to the 50, right into the 50. All price came all the way down to the 50. All right, and these are orders where the banks came in, they stepped in, they had their block orders filled. There's still some left over. When price gets back up here, it fills again, and the price goes back down. That's how you trade reversals. That's how you trade supply and demand. All right, I mean, seriously. Thumbs up in the chat if that made sense. You want to be looking for rally-based drops, things like that, all right? Understand rally-based drops, drop-based rallies, supply and demand. We know this is a supply zone. Price came up as soon as it got up to this point, boom. All right, so we were ready. I'd be ready. This is how I would trade if I was day trading. This is exactly what I would be doing. I'd see these supply zones. I say, okay, this supply zone got hit. Next time price comes above the 50, it's likely going to test again. And once it does, I'll be ready to enter a trade and make it to the downside. It's just that simple, guys. It really is. It's not that hard. All right. We'll see what happens. If I pull this over. Yeah, we got any more? Got any more over here? A few, not many. And we see the next time it hit the zone, it broke through, right? So we already know that most of the orders here got filled on the second touch. You see what I'm saying? Could you interchange supply and demand with support and resistance in that example? I mean, support and resistance and supply and demand are two different things, even though they look similar, right? Like you could say, oh, this is support. I mean, this is resistance. Like, yeah, it's resistance, but why is this zone resistance? Because it's a supply zone. So yeah, you can, I mean, obviously you want to be using support and resistance to find levels, but you got to understand the levels you're at, right? Like this was clearly a supply zone. Very obvious. All right. Rally, base, drop. All right. We know this is supply. I marked it up, ready for the trade up here. Boom. Rally, base, drop. That's how you find supply. got to find those base setups. Demand's a little different. Demand doesn't really have much base. You can find base. You can find drop base rallies, right? You get a drop base rally, okay, but most of the time demand just hits and goes. It just hits and goes. Oh my god, we're dropping knowledge bombs today for y'all. It's crazy. I wish I had 10,000 people in here to hear this, because I'd be helping 10,000 people. But I guess people don't like this channel. I don't know. I guess they just don't like it for some reason, or they don't know about it. But I would love to teach everybody supply and demand, because it's very, 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 number one, necessary. If you're going to be a good trader, you have to understand it. And like I said, we're riding the bank's waves. That's how we make money, day trading, scalping, all that stuff. If you're long on a stock, then whatever, right? Like at some point your stock's going to go if you have conviction. But if you're day trading, you've got to understand it, man. It's all good. I'll tell 10,000 of my friends. All right, cool. Bring him in here, man. Oh my god, we're gonna stream till 11:30, guys. All right, so we got 23 minutes, or wait, I'm sorry, we got 13 minutes left on the stream. I might stream till 12 if I don't have to go. We'll see what happens. I appreciate y'all very much. Peter Mullins, thank you for the super chats again, man. If you guys like what I'm doing, if you learned something here, toss something my way, man. I appreciate it. If not, just hit that like button, and thank you for being here. Also, guys, if you want to support my channel, all right, go to YouTube. I have 3 tiers of support you can choose from. Right, I don't bring this up a lot, but I'm going to bring it up again. All right, we have 3 tiers of support. If you want to support my channel, you like what I'm doing, I would appreciate it, but you don't have to do this. Do not feel obligated. We got tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. These are monthly subs, all right? It's kind of like Twitch. You come in, you pick a tier of support, and, you know, it just helps me out. It helps me keep the channel going. It helps me, you know, keep wanting to create content and stuff like that. So if you find value here, you know, $4 a month. What is $4, right? Hopefully you're making more than that off what you're learning here. So if you feel like doing that, I would actually really appreciate it. Let's see. Anthony Kaiser says, I'm listening. See if I can read some more comments here before we get off. Jaskara, what's up, man? All right. Justin Finch, thank you, my friend, for the $5. I appreciate you. Coming in with a $5 super chat. Justin, again, thank you, my friend. Appreciate you very much. Hit sub on hit that subscribe button, my friend, if you haven't done it already. Let's get you locked in as a subscriber. Let's go back to Mavis real quick. Yeah, let's see what Mavis is doing, bouncing off this trend line. Daily time frame, bounce off the trend line twice here. All right. You guys already know this is a demand zone. That's why, you know, we know it's a demand zone. Tim, what's up, Tim? Tim coming in. Appreciate you. All right. Anyways, guys, we know that, you know, we know microvision is going to go in the long run, right? So like what I want to see microvision do is just close above that 50 on the daily time frame. That is what I'm waiting for. And like I said, it's not too far away, right? 1540 is where this 50 is. So we need a little bit of a bump here, but it's likely going to happen, to be honest. I mean, I would be surprised if it doesn't. This whole zone down here is like, there we go. I haven't heard that sound in a minute. Guy Smith, thank you for the sub. Appreciate you, Guy Smith. Justin Fitch says, I have usually. I'm just not able to be in the chat. Oh, that's okay, my friend. Thank you for just hanging out and listening. I appreciate it. Anyways, I would be surprised if we break this zone, guys. All right, this whole zone right here is kind of. It's like, how can it really break this zone? I don't know. It hasn't before, right? Every single time we've come down here, we just ripped out of it. You know, so I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We need price to get above that 50 SMA on the daily. That's what we need. That is going to be like a super key thing to happen for Mavis right now. And it's coming up, right? Because September's coming up. We hit the trend line. We're kind of just bouncing here. RSI on the daily is what, in the middle, I think. Yeah, about 50 on the RSI. All right. Looking good though. I mean, overall, the chart looks bullish. You can't lie about this, right? This is just undisputable. This is undisputable, right? Oops. Nobody can dispute this. They can try, but they're gonna look dumb. We're in a bullish channel. Thumbs up in the chat if you see this. Yeah, we're at the bottom of it. Okay, yes. We're at the bottom of the channel, but look how much room that leaves us to go up. All right, we got all this to do. All right, we're gonna make a new ATH, I promise. I don't know when, but if we get above that 50 SMA, we're likely gonna have a nice little run. All right, and we're at the bottom of the channel, yes, but this is undisputable. This chart is bullish. You zoom out, I'm on the daily time frame. We are in a bullish channel, undisputable fact. Barry just sent $10 through Cash App. Thanks for streaming. Hey, Barry, thank you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. That's going to pay for my unwitch today. You're a true gentleman, my friend. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you. We've had things slow up here on the channel a little bit. We're getting back to it, though, man. We're getting back to it. I appreciate you. Levitt says, would you call that a demand zone or a support zone? Which one? You're talking about for Mavis? This one right here? I mean, I would call this a demand zone, but like I said, you know, after it gets hit a few times, it's hard to know if it's still wet, right? We have wet zones, we have dry zones. I definitely would say that this was demand for like 100%. This was for sure demand. So we have not come back down here yet. All right. Oops. We have not hit the zone again. So after this zone right here, for sure was demand. All right. 100 million% guaranteed. This was demand. Same thing here. This, I feel like this is the second touch on this zone. I mean, you could call this a touch, but really the orders got filled in the zone. You see here, price came down and left real quick. All right, but it left even faster here. So yes, this is a demand zone, but we're gonna see if we break trend line here and come down to the zone, back down to that $10 range. I mean, I can almost guarantee you, like, without a shadow of a doubt, if price comes back down here, there's still orders here to be filled, and likely gonna see a spike there. So it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to come down to the zone and find out, because I mean, look what happened out of the zone. Look what happened out of this. We went from $10.15 to $28. So it would not be the worst thing in the world to hit the zone again. Hopefully there's more orders to be filled, but I would definitely call that demand zone. He said bet, but he ain't about that life, man. He's not about that life. There are everything money says, if there are pockets of supply and demand, does that mean there are multiple bank zones? 100%, my friend. 100% for sure. These banks have their zones layered out. All right, they do this full time. So yes, there are multiple pockets of supply and demand. That's the key. That's the key to the whole thing, is just finding them, right? It's just finding these zones. There's another one right here. Look at this. Pockets of supply and demand all throughout this chart. We're not going to sit here and go through them. We're gonna learn this slowly, guys. Right? That's more advanced to find these supply and demands within the moves. All right, but they're there. I promise you. Like, you can find these pretty much everywhere if you try. Like, here's one. Here's another one. Let's look. I'm gonna show you guys this 30-minute time frame. Where's the demand zone here? I want someone to tell me. Where's the demand zone? This is right here in front of your face. Where is the demand zone? I'm gonna show you guys. All right, and there's very high similarities here. All right, this is how you day trade. Where is the demand zone? Somebody tell me. I'm gonna show you guys after you guess. Where the hell is the demand zone that I'm talking about? Out of this whole thing, where's the most obvious place for demand to be? Oh man, that's a prime example too. It's so nice. This is actually a perfect example. And I'm going to show you how these demand zones they taper off. Like, once all the orders get filled, the demand zone just weakens. Somebody tell me. If you got your chart pulled up, look at your chart and tell me where it's at. I'm not going to say it yet. I'm going to let you guys look at this chart for a second. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time to find it. Where is the demand zone? Yeah, I know somebody knows. Somebody's got to know, man. Don't be scared. Type it in. Type it in. I'm gonna wait 30 more seconds. Then I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm gonna take this drink. Let's see if somebody has a guess in the next 30 seconds. If not, I'll just tell you. Will says where the price reverses. That is true. Okay, that's true. But where though? But where? $10. Brandon says $10. James Jones says, listen here, Jack. TMJ is like warm oatmeal in my socks. All right, I'm just gonna tell you guys. All right, check us out. Look at your screens. Pay attention. The demand zone is here. All right, it's right here. How do I know that? Let's zoom in and look. There's a blip in the matrix. So we have a rally, base, rally. All right, we have a rally, a base, and then the rally. All right, this is a demand zone. This is a pocket of demand on a 30-minute time frame. Price left here really fast. All right, that is a demand zone. Now check this out. Look, if I pull this zone to the right, you're gonna see this thing get hit a few times. All right, that's the demand zone. Let's just pull it all the way to the right. And you see the strength of this tapering off, right? You see it. So price rallied here. Orders got filled, price jumped. Next, price got jumped, then it starts coming back down, boom, filled again, and then price broke back through. So then they reactivated the zone here. You can see, like, this was not a very big spike, so this was all the orders that were left here. It got filled. All right, but the zone's not over, right? Because it came back to the zone, and what happened? Left real quick. We had the same thing: rally, base, rally. All right, another rally base. So rally, base, rally, rally, base, rally. And then what happens to the right? You keep looking, right? As soon as it comes back down, there's still a lot of orders to be filled here, right? Look at this. I want to show you this. They like this zone. How do I know they like this zone? Because look, they used it one time, all right? This was the bank zone. They ran it. Price came back down. As soon as it got back down here again, it had a few more orders to get filled, all right? And then you got a little jump out of it. But they used it again. They used it again over here. As soon as it got back up to the zone, boom, you had an even bigger move, which means they had more orders get filled here. And then the next couple times it came, you saw it taper off. You already know, like, price came down, jump, came back down under the zone, jump. And each one just lower and lower and lower because there's less orders to be filled each time it gets hit. So there's a bunch of, like, look, there's a bunch of orders here. There's a crap ton of orders that got put in right here, all right? Bank orders, not retail traders, bank orders. They had a lot of their orders get filled. It spiked the price up. Now, the second time it got hit, drop, base, rally, spike, down, and just lower and lower volume each time. That's because each time it gets hit, all the orders end up getting filled after a certain amount of hits. So there's no more orders here anymore. That's not saying they won't use the zone again. That's not what that means. That just means that the orders have tapered off. And you see here, I can keep pulling this up. Like, this is, like, you see consistent pulls off the zone, all right? Just consistent pulls right off the zone. And next time we'll be ready. The price came back down. All right, we get some reversals out of the zone still. Maybe not a lot of orders, right? But there are some. And this is a zone they like to use for big orders and small orders. So that's how we find supply and demand. That's the demand zone right here. And these are everywhere, guys. They're freaking everywhere. You can find this everywhere. All right. You can't see the screen? Is it that low quality? I gotta fix that. On my end, it looks good. But this is a good example right here. Rally, base, rally. Drop, back into the zone, base, rally. All right? Yeah, so we already know. We already know. That's how we're able to find support and resistance, right? We know that this is a supply zone up here. Why do I know this is supply? How do I not know? There's too much demand, right? You got to understand, like, on a fundamental level, there's too much demand. They have to sell some off here. They have to sell some off at some point. There's too much supply. So they have to sell it off at some point. This is the spot they chose. How do I know that? Rally, base, drop. All right, rally, base, drop. This is supply up here. So we already know, and this is the first time it's been up here. I guarantee you, without a shadow of a doubt, if we get back up to $28, there's likely going to be a lot of resistance and probably a reversal around this zone. All right, there's probably going to be a reversal somewhere up in here because we already know this is the first time they had a rally base drop off of this zone. So we know this is supply. This is a spot where they chose to burn off supply. All right, this is a spot they chose to do it, and that creates demand. You burn off supply, it creates demand at some point. You buy demand, it creates too much supply. It's back and forth over and over and over. So if we get to this zone up here again, which we will 100%, likely we either find some resistance or there's even more demand than there is supply and it goes through it. All right, so we already know this is supply up here. Rally, base, drop. Rally, base, drop. That's supply. All right, and now this has not been hit before. Remember, keep that in mind too. This has not been hit but only one time. Like, they decided to burn supply here, so we already know this is active. This is still active. There were so many orders here that got filled. Look how fast this dropped. They want you to believe that this was the Reddit pump and dump. No, it was not. That's not what this is. This is a supply zone. This is where the bank said, oh, we made our money. Oh, wait, what? Our orders got filled at demand. We made our money. Let's sell. Feel me. Feel me, guys. Thumbs up in the chat. Feel me out. The bank said, oh, we got filled. We're up here. All right, we're out. Let's close our trades. Boom. Now the price goes down. The banks close their trades because they control the markets. All right, and that doesn't mean their whole position was closed. This left so quickly, right? It left so fast that there's still orders to be filled up here, bank orders. So the next time it comes up, they're going to have the remaining of their orders filled, unless they close them, which is unlikely, right? So that's how it works, man. Oh man, have you guys been able to hear me this whole time? I feel like it was on the wrong button this whole time. You must be able to hear me better now. I had it on the wrong button on the mic. Gosh dang it. I'm pretty sure you guys can hear me better now. I hope you guys can hear me better now. All right, so that's how supply and demand works, all right? The banks get filled in their demand zone. They write it up. They create their own supply zone. They say, okay, we're at an ATH. Let's take our profits. Boom, price drop. Next time it comes back up, all the orders that are here that did not get filled over here are going to get filled, and it's going to drop again. That's just what happens. You can hear it fine before. Okay, good. Yeah, I had it on the wrong button. Sometimes it makes me sound like I'm in a bathroom when it's on that button. Anyways, guys, that's what supply and demand is, okay? You got to find the bank's zones. They're the ones moving this baby, all right? We just got to ride the waves, man. That's what it's all about. All right. We streamed longer than I was going to. Anyways, if you learned something today, let's get some rockets in the chat. If you didn't learn something today, let's get some rockets in the chat. And if you didn't do either one or the other and you already knew all this shit, let's get some rockets in the chat. We're going to start talking supply and demand a lot. I'm going to start showing you these zones because that is the key to being a successful trader, is to being able to spot, identify, and use the bank zones to your advantage. That is your edge. That is the edge you need. You must be able to trade off these zones and identify them. If you're gonna day trade, swing trade, whatever. And if not, I mean, you could just follow other people, I guess. But wouldn't you want to be able to find these zones on your own? I mean, there's a lot more value in being able to do it yourself. You want to get on the Discord, $50 one-time pledge, get on the team. We have a Discord going, trying to regrow it. $50 one-time pledge for the Discord. Lifetime access unless you're a clown. If you get in the Discord acting like an idiot, you're going to get banned. I don't care who you are. And I say that with love. All right, I'm banning anybody that threatens that group. Anybody. So if you get in there acting crazy and you paid $50, you just wasted $50. I'm going to protect the integrity of that group. I hope you guys join. If not, that's fine. Just hang out at the channel, hang out with the stream, talk, chat, whatever. Like the video, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. You know what to do. All right, but I'd love to have you on the team. We got some cool people in there. A lot of people day trading, swing trading, doing crypto, all that. And I'd love to see you guys in there. Discord.io/TramoJames. It'll also be in the description box below this video. All right, I feel like we had a good stream today. I feel like we had a good stream. So thank you all for being here, man. I really appreciate it. Likely will not make Power Hour today, but I will be back tomorrow with the bell. Let's check Mavis real quick, real quick before I leave. All right, what are we at? 1429 on the ticker. Let's zoom in real quick before I head out. I want to check this one more time. Let's pull a fib real fast so I know where we're at. Yeah, we have not actually made it to this golden zone yet, but it's still in play. Yeah, it's definitely still in play. And we got some blue candles printing, so everything looks good. All right, everything looks nice, healthy. RSI on the 30-minute time frame it was technically overbought a little bit, not really overbought, but it did approach that 70 on the RSI. That's why we got this dip right here. All right, but now we're headed back to the upside, so maybe we can get up to that golden zone. Need to get inside the golden zone. That's going to be the key. All right, but the major key for this stock in the short term is to get price above that 50 SMA. That's going to be above that golden zone right here and close above that 50 SMA so the 50 turns green and we can start making our way to the upside. All right, that's it. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all very much, man. Mike M, what's up? Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Make sure you keep coming back, man. We're gonna keep doing this. Definitely looking to Forex. I'm gonna do the baby pips course soon on live stream. If you don't like it, don't show up for it. If not, if you want to be a better trader, expand your money. If you want to be locked in one thing, that's cool, I guess. Me, I like to learn everything I can. Stocks, crypto, Forex, whatever I can learn, I'm trying to learn it. I'm trying to be the best trader I can be and not have to work another day in my life. All right, I want to do the things I love, and you got to expand your knowledge of these markets to do that. All right, you just do. All right, I'm out. Peace and love, guys. Peace and love. See you all on Discord. The rest of you, I'll see you in the morning at 8, between 8 and 9. All right. Peace and love from mine, guys. Tramo James signing out. See you guys later. Peace.